Yes, guys, so a great question here from Sean. What is your favorite core exercise to get visible abs? So this is a really common question I get asked all the time on my Instagram, my Snapchat. All the time people ask me like, yo, Conan, I need the answer to this question and I'm going to break it down in this video. So really quickly, guys, in order to have visible abs, you need to be at a low enough body fat percentage. Now, depending on your genetics, this could vary from person to person, but usually for most males, that is around 50% body fat or less. And for females, it's usually around 20% body fat or less, right? So again, this does depend on like your genetics and stuff, but yeah, number one way to see your abs is by simply being at a low enough body fat percentage. Now you're probably wondering, Conan, how the heck do I do that? What the heck? So in order to like reduce your body fats to that lower level, you have to be in a calorie deficit. Now, ultimately what this means is it means that you're eating less calories than you burn on a daily basis. So in order for you to lose around 1 pound of fat every single week, 1 pound of fat has 3,500 calories. So if you want to lose around 1 pound per week, you'd have to be in a 500 calorie deficit every single day for the week, which would put you in that 3,500 calorie deficit for the week, right? So that's how you can start losing your belly fat every single day. And I've made separate videos on how you can actually figure out your maintenance calories. And from there, with your maintenance calories, simply reduce 500 calories from that. And then boom, you'll be losing 1 pound a week. And if you do that for the next year, you're going to be losing 50 pounds. So yeah, that is going to be the ultimate, honestly, the biggest thing when it comes to actually seeing your abs, or at least making them visible, because I made the mistake in the past before when I first got into fitness at like 13, 14. I did not even think about my diet, and I was doing like 1,000 crunches every single day after school in my bedroom. And I was like, why the heck am I not seeing my abs, right? And the reason for that is because my body fat percentage was way too high. I neglected my diet. I was eating probably more calories than I should have, right? Despite me putting in the effort with like all these crazy ab workouts, these like crunches, sit-ups, leg raises, all this stuff, I was just not seeing results, right? And so the quickest way to seeing your abs is by simply focusing on your diet, right? Because you cannot outtrain a bad diet, so focus on that first. Like that should be your main priority to see your abs, make them visible, is your diet. Calorie deficit is key. Now, with that said though, your abs, just like any other muscle group, you should be training, right? Especially like if you want to like strengthen up your abdominal muscles, make them stronger. Then also what's actually kind of cool is that once you are at a low enough body fat percentage, it actually makes them pop a lot more as well, right? It's just like any other muscle group, right? Like the more of it you train with progressive overload, the stronger it gets, the more visually kind of like appealing it'll be, right? So yeah, that's that. Now, also strengthening your core not only improves like your posture or stability, but it also enhances your overall athletic performance and reduces the risk of injury. So my go-to exercises as of right now, just to kind of answer your question here, Sean, is specifically the leg raise and the cable crunches. Those are my go-to at the moment, and I try to progressively overload, aka progressively get stronger and improve in those lifts every single week, right? So with the leg raises specifically, because they're a body weight exercise, a couple of things I like to do to progress on those is simply adding more reps every single week, right? So if I did 10 reps last week, I'm going to do 11 reps this week, or I can make it more challenging. So you can maybe start by doing maybe some knee raises, right? So you just raising your knees, and if that's too easy for you, you can do straight legs. So keeping your legs straight, do those straight leg raises. And now if your like abs are really, really strong, you can actually do something called toes to bar. So instead of like bending or raising your legs, I guess like 90 degrees, now you're going like all the way up. So imagine you're hanging off a bar and you're pretty much touching your toes to the bar, right? So that is once you're like super advanced, and then you can kind of see how you can like make this exercise, the leg raise, a lot harder every single week, because doing the same exercise with the same amount of reps, same amount of sets, same intensity, week after week will not really help, or will not really like stimulate your muscles to kind of like keep adapting and keep growing from there, right? However, with the cable crunches, that is obviously a loaded, or you add actually more resistance to that exercise. So that's something you can easily just like add more weight every single week, do more reps, all that fun stuff, right? So really quickly, the leg raises primarily target the lower abs, the lower abdominals, but also engage the entire core, including the hip flexors and lower back, whereas the cable crunches are also excellent for targeting the rectus abdominis, which is like your six-pack muscle, right? So incorporating exercises like leg raises and crunches into your current routine can definitely help strengthen your core muscles and contribute to your overall abdominal development. Now with that said though, guys, like I mentioned at the beginning, you have to remember while training your core is important, it's only one piece of the puzzle, right? Consistency in both your workouts and nutrition, including maintaining a calorie deficit, if your goal is visible abs, is absolutely crucial, right? Here's a before and after picture, obviously. So here you can tell that my body fat is simply way too high, right? Whereas in this one, you can tell that my body fat is low enough for me to actually visually see my abs. And quick little story here, I actually did not train my abs whatsoever throughout this transformation. So just know that in order for you to see your abs, like, you honestly don't actually have to train your abs. But if you do want to strengthen them, make them pop a bit more, you're more than welcome to. So hopefully this question or this video answered your question. Any more questions, please let me know. Hopefully you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you all soon. Peace. Now, if you want to be around a community of like-minded people just like yourself who will educate you, motivate you, and inspire you to absolutely demolish your health and fitness goals, come join the Barbarian squad down below. I guarantee you, you will not regret it one single bit, and I'll see you inside.